Well, hello and welcome everyone that's gonna join the stream today. Let me get myself right here real quick. It is it's LAFC visiting Sporting Kansas City. It's a really anticipated matchup for LAFC. It's their second road game of this road trip that they're having before they go back to the bank, and surely they are playing a really good team, although the standings doesn't say so. It's the last place in the Western Conference, Kansas City, against the first place in the Western Conference, LAFC. But Sporting Kansas City is always a really good team, and you can never count them out. They have strengths all over the field. And LAFC, on the other hand, they're as good as they can be, and they're they're having another fantastic year. We saw that in 2019. They came to this stadium in 2019 and won 5-1 in that wonderful season they had. And this is the first time they come to Kansas City this season. They already played this year in what LAFC took a 3-1 victory. So we'll see how it is in this game. Different atmosphere. The atmosphere at Kansas City is always hostile. It's always a tough place to play at. And right now, the weather is at 99 degrees, but it feels like 104 in Kansas City. That can affect the players as we're about to get ready to kick this game off. LAFC visiting Kansas City. It is an exciting matchup. Kansas City knocked out last season by Real Salt Lake in the last minute, and we are underway from Children's Mercy Park. It is LAFC visiting Sporting Kansas City. As Giorgio Chiellini, one of LAFC's new players, starts off sending this long ball over to Bella, just outside the 18. Bella gets a pass to Cifuentes and intercepted by Kansas City. Escobar gets it back. Elie Sanchez fighting for it. It's Elie Sanchez homecoming to Kansas City. Spent 5 years in Sporting KC. As the home team is trying to come out playing, and they do it with Shelton. Chiellini is the one guarding him. Shelton sends the cross. Escobar heads it back to Elie Sanchez that comes out playing with Carlos Vela. Vela and LAFC's own half sends this ball over to Palacios. Let's get to the starting lineups, and we'll start with the home team. Tin Millie as a goal. A line of four in the defensive back with Graham Susi playing at right. Nicolas Isimar Mirin and Andrew Fontas playing in the middle as center backs. Logan Dembe at left. Up front, you have Remy Walter, Felipe Hernandez, and Eric Tommy as LAFC makes a push with it. Franco Escobar on the right side makes this pass over to Cifuentes, who couldn't get there. It's going to be a goal kick. And we go up front with Daniel Shaloi, Kirky Shelton, and Johnny Russell. It's the starting lineup for Kansas City. And for LAFC in their classic 4-3-3, Maxime Crepeau at goal. Franco Escobar right, Palacios at left, Chiellini and Murillo playing as center backs. Up in the midfield, Jose Cifuentes at right, Ilie, the heart of the team, in the middle, Kellen Costa at left. And up front, you have Carlos Vela at left. At right. Chicho Arango in the middle, and Opoku at left. That's LAFC's starting lineup for today. And right away, we have Sporting Kansas City on a breakthrough. This is for Shaloi. Shaloi cutting it back to his right foot. Shaloi taking too many touches. It's still Shaloi, and his shot is deflected. It was deflected, and we're going to have a corner kick. It would seem to go into the back of the net. Well, it was Giorgio Chiellini's head that deflected it. Oh, yeah, he's used to it. It froze Maxime Crepeau. But Shaloi, that was a nice run by the man that had an MVP campaign last season. Obviously did not win that. But here we go. It is going to be a corner kick for Kansas City. On the left side, Eric Tommy taking this one. He sends this ball into the middle, punched away by Maxime Crepaw. It still falls for Remy Walter, taken away by Kellen Acosta. And Palacios is brought down from behind. That is going to be a foul. Holding on to his right leg. Did not seem as a tough foul. We'll see here. Just gets him from behind. It was Walter on the chase down. Just hits his right leg. It's intense. These teams have quite the history. So first time LAFC and Kansas City met, it was Kansas City taking a 2-0 victory at the Bank of California. That was the first time in LAFC's history that they lost at Bank of California. It was Kansas City who gave them that loss. And then they faced on decision day. And what both teams were looking for, the Western Conference title, to win the conference, basically. A yellow card will be shown to Kellen Acosta due to 2 hard fouls. Palacios is not happy because he's saying that Remy Walter hit him harder on the last play where he was fouled, and Kellen Acosta, on just a simple tripping a player, gets that yellow card. But it is 2 fouls that was coming. First of all, stopping Tommy's run, and then getting Hernandez from the back. A free kick for Kansas City. So we talked, the last game that was played for a decision day was in Kansas City, where Kansas City took a 2-1 victory and took the Western Conference. They got to participate in the CONCACAF Champions League that season. Second year they faced each other, it was in 2019. In the first game of the season for both clubs, it was a 2-1 victory for LAFC. We remember that comeback. They came down 1-0 and won it in the last second of the game with the Diamante winner. Johnny Russell standing over the ball. He's not going to take that shot. It was taken by Walter, and that shot is saved by Maxime Crepaw. And now Chicho Arango inside the 18. Arango! His shot is saved by Tim Milia. Long-time keeper for Kansas City. And careful here. As Shallowy almost had possession. And look at Crepaw playing with fire, cutting it back on Kirky Shelton that was coming in hot from his left side. Here's Palacios on the left sideline, trying to make a push for LAFC. Kansas City has had the best so far in this game. Murillo over to Bella. Bella has struggled a little bit with his passes. Here's Cifuentes. New number 20 for LAFC. He gave up his number 11 to Gareth Bale. And Chiellini finds, no, the flag will go up as Bella was getting in behind the defense. But it was a good pass by Chiellini. Gareth Bale is available tonight off the bench for LAFC. Chiellini starting his second game. He started back in Nashville. Gave LAFC a good 60 minutes before being subbed out. We got 20 minutes from Bale last weekend and a 2-1 victory against Nashville. As we hit 8 minutes in this game, Escobar to take this throw in for LAFC on the right sideline. He plays it back to the middle of the field where Murillo has it. And Murillo That's a dangerous pass. He tried to find Kellen Acosta. It wasn't a smart pass. Here's Shelton trying to open play wide to his buddy Felipe Hernandez. And his shot off balance bounces off the legs of Palacios and it goes out into a corner kick. And it wasn't a smart decision by Murillo. Kellen Acosta was surrounded by 3 Kansas City players, one from behind. So when that pass is made by Murillo, the guy that was coming from behind took the ball away from Kellen Acosta. And that could have ended bad. LAFC gets lucky. He had Chiellini wide open. Decided to make a hard pass. Here's the cross into the middle. Headed away by Arango. It still falls for Walter. Here's another cross into the middle. It's still inside the 18. Shallowly put it in. And Chiellini takes it away. Here goes Chiellini. Passes it over to Jose Cifuentes. And Cifuentes in the middle of the field. He crosses midfield and makes a play himself and ended up losing it. Jose Cifuentes scored against Sporting Kansas City last time they met each other. They were tied at 1 for quite a long time. And in the second half, Cifuentes was able to break that. He was followed up by a wonder goal by Ishmael Tajuri Shradi, chipping Tim Melia on a weird shot. He was way off balance, but he got the goal to go down. Chicho Arango also scored in that game. Franco Escobar trying to find Opoku. Opoku is inside the 18, but the ball kept bouncing, and coming in from behind to help was Andrew Fontes, and he cleared that one off. 10 minutes into the game, the intensity is big. LAFC has a corner kick. Carlos Vela trying to calm things down. Seems to be a packed Children's Mercy Park. Here's a cross over the middle. It is put back in. Murillo. And apparently something here happened, an offside or a foul, as the referee had to stop play. And now the new weather report, it's now 95 degrees, but it feels like 100. 10 minutes into the game. It is hot over there at Kansas City. Halfway through the first half, we're going to have a water break. Around 25 minutes, we'll have that water break. Murillo takes the ball away cleanly from Eric Tommy. Finds Escobar. Carlos Vela. LAFC is still in their own half, and Vela is fouled. It's going to be LAFC's ball in their own half. Play to the other side where Palacios has it. Takes a hard touch and is able to find Chiellini. Ilie Sanchez on the middle. Plays it along to Chiellini on his left. Chiellini crosses midfield with the ball. Now finds Palacios. Palacios sends this one up for Opoku, who was coming forward, but Tim Melia came off his line and got it with 2 hands. And Melia plays it over to his left, where he has Logan Dembe wide open. Now Tommy all the way back to Tim Melia in his 18. Nicolas Isiman Mirin to Fontas. Fontas. His pass over to Remy Walter. Now Dembe on the left sideline, shallowly. Dembe all the way back to Isiman Mirin. Susie to Isiman Mirin, and now Fontas. Back to Dembe. He crosses midfield with the ball on the left sideline, trying to find Tommy, who was making a run in between Escobar and Murillo, but that ball goes to the hands of Maxime Crepaul. 13 minutes into the game. Still tied at no goals. And now that LAFC has taken over possession, they have 66% of the possession to the 33% that Kansas City has had. Crepaw plays it long, looking for Opoku. Opoku trying to turn Susie. Susie went down, appealing for a foul, an elbow to the face from Opoku. The referee did not buy that. And here's Tembe. Kellen Acosta up to guard him now. Finds Shallowy on the left sideline. Shallowy finds Tembe. Great passes in here, but now Tembe's pass goes out of bounds. He was trying to play it in short with Kerry Shelton. Was not able to do so. Escobar to take this throw in for LAFC. Stadium that's hosted many great matches, including that MLS Cup final in which Kansas City defeated RSL in penalties. RSL had 2 times to win that penalty shootout, and they missed. Tim Belia coming in clutch for Sporting Kansas City. 2-time champions in Major League Soccer. Talking about how good this team is. They're still alive on the U.S. Open Cup rather than other teams that were in there, such as LAFC. They're not in there no more. Chiellini trying to come out playing. It's still alive for Kansas City. Oh, that one's gone wide. Eric Tommy shot goes wide, and LAFC gets lucky. Quite a struggle here for Palacios, unable to clear the ball away. Same as Chiellini, he got tangled up with the ball. And Tommy nearly scores the first goal of the game for Kansas City. LAFC's not in the tournament no more. Knocked out by the Galaxy. There is a California team, though, still alive in the U.S. Open Cup. Sacramento is still alive. They defeated the Earthquakes and the Galaxy. The Galaxy game was so special. 2-1 win. Here's a pass by Chiellini trying to find Opoku. That ball is going to reach the hands of Tim Miliak, who comes out playing with Graham Susie. And Susie to Johnny Russell. Russell all the way back to Isimat Mirin. Johnny Russell again. Mirin sends a long ball through. Palacios knocks it out of bounds. Throw in for Kansas City. It's a big thing. And with Giorgio Chiellini and Gareth Bale not starting. Obviously, we've known Gareth Bale hasn't had that much action, and he didn't have as much action with Real Madrid. You know, they had that controversy with them, not showing up to games when he was not called up. As there's this ball through, and it was in the air, headed by Johnny Russell. It was really high in the air, but Paul brought it down. So he talked about Gareth Bale, the controversies he had when he was not called up to the team's next match. He would go golfing, now watch the team, you know, and then go out to play with Wales and be a complete superstar. Obviously, for Chiellini, it's a different story. Just played his last game in June when they lost to Argentina in the Finalissima. But the point that I'm trying to get to, these guys played in Europe. Right now, it's their preseason. So for the LAFC squad, they're already mid-season form, trying to get Chiellini and Gareth Bale in mid-season form. And now we talk about Gareth Bale. He can get into mid-season form heading into the playoffs, which would be a scary time for any MLS club. Kansas City playing really hard. Tommy nearly lost it. Chiellini jumps in front of the pass. Careful there with Acosta making the wrong passes. It's still alive for Kansas City, attacking in LAFC's half. Here's Shallowy. Shallowy lost it, trying to nutmeg Escobar. And another intercepted pass, nearly intercepted pass by Kansas City. LAFC in this run, they've struggled coming out playing from their half. And they like playing like that. It's not a team that plays the long ball. So you see some teams that strategy works perfectly fine. You can tell like Atlas from Liga MX, they play like that. They have two really tall center forwards as Julio Furch and Quinones, and they just send the ball in the air for them because one player is gonna be unmarked. While one player wins in the air, the other one is unmarked, and that's how they win games. So here's a cross over the middle. That header by Cifuentes goes out of bounds. It's a nice cross by Chiqui Palacios. Closing down was Cifuentes. He hit it with the top of his head, and it goes out wide. Last season, when they played in this stadium, it was a 2-1 victory for Kansas City. They had to come from behind. Kim Moon-won scored for LAFC. Alan Pulido followed it in the second half with a perfect volley. It was later injured in that game. And then Shallowy, in the last seconds or the last couple of minutes of the game, he was able to score. And then they went to the bank later in that summer, around July, around this time, in which Kansas City, man, they completely ran over LAFC, a 4-1 victory. Danny Musovski was the man that scored the lone goal for LAFC. And then LAFC proceeded to defeat Kansas City in their third matchup by the score of 4-0. Mamadou's Fall 2-goal game. Graham Susi comes out playing with Johnny Russell on the middle of the field. Sends this pass forward that Chiellini gets in front of it and clears it out. A throw in for the host. Kansas City team that if it weren't for Kansas City, basically their sports for this team, Sporting Kansas City especially, their sports team wouldn't be as successful and as exciting, you know. It is one of the three teams they have in this area that have been successful. Of course, the Royals had their time in 2014 and 2015, winning the World Series in 2015. And then Kansas City, the Chiefs, coming alive in 2018. Obviously, they all went through that heartbreak of Tom Brady on the championship game, but then proceed to win the Super Bowl the next year on 2020 against the 49ers. But Sporting Kansas City has been the most successful team and consistent. They're always running the table around like the first top five on the league. Obviously, two-time MLS Cup champions, and occasionally winning the U.S. Open Cup. Shallowy takes a shot, and it goes out of bounds. Goal kick. A really consistent team, obviously with a player that's been here almost feels like almost his whole career. On Johnny Russell, their DP, the face of the franchise. But yeah, when the Chiefs and the Royals weren't as good, you always had to count on Sporting Kansas City to have a good season, and the fans love football in this area. It is a football city, a football town. Sporting Kansas City is a must watch when you come to Kansas City alongside the Kansas City Chiefs. That's now a must watch, and it's always been a must watch. And the Royals, well, the Royals still trying to be a good team, on the rebuild process. As here's Susie, and Susie making a good run. Kyrie Shelton lost it. Meanwhile, Kansas City has been taking control of the game. We'll check possession wise. It's even now, 50-50. But they've had LAFC running all over the field. LAFC hasn't found the breakthrough yet. They've only had 2 shots. One of them on target. It was Arango's shot. But from there, the second shot was Cifuentes' header. Excuse me. From there, nothing else. 4 shots in total for Kansas City as well. Just one in target. It was Eric Tommy's shot from the free kick. Ilie Sanchez with the ball on his homecoming. Plays it to the other end where Palacios took a hard touch. Johnny Russell comes out playing with it. The advantage right now for Kansas City as they're used to this weather. Fatigue from LAFC players. Kind of used to the same weather. Not as much though. It is really hot in Kansas City. And when it comes to winter time, it is really cold. It's winter time when you're watching the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes, as they had to report, I believe it was yesterday, the NFL is almost back. I'm excited for that one. I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm excited for my Chiefs. Here's Kansas City, still under attack. Fontes has to play it all the way back with Isima Mirin. Susie, Isima Mirin to Fontes. And now Walker plays it over to Johnny Russell on the right sideline. Johnny Russell trying to get on his left foot. He cuts it back on Palacios, trying to get at Kelton Acosta. His cross is going to go way out of the mark, and it goes out of bounds into a goal kick for LAFC. Good game so far for the hosts. But I want to see more action from my LAFC. Of course, on the attack, there hasn't been much. And LAFC is a team that you love seeing attacking. Now, both teams, they're a special team. They love attacking. They attack at all times, and they both like to have possession. And so you see these moments where Sporting Kansas City has possession, and as a LAFC fan, LAFC does not have possession. What does the team have to do to get possession? Russell and Palacios battling it out at the corner. And a free kick has been given, and what seemed to be a clean challenge from Palacios taking the ball away, but Russell went down. But it was a hard fought battle right there at the corner, trying to get the ball. Johnny Russell and Chiqui Palacios. All right. So 27 minutes. Free kick for the host. And it will be Tommy Walker taking this one. Eric Tommy, excuse me. Here's a cross over the middle, headed away by Cifuentes. Put back into play. Ilie trying to take it out. Johnny Russell took a touch and it goes out. And then Chicho Arango trying to come out playing. Just took a hard touch. LAFC, I said it earlier, they're struggling trying to come out from their own half. I don't know if it's the pitch, the humidity that's playing an impact on the ball movement. But they've struggled. Escobar takes the ball away from Shallowy, and what seems to be a foul. Here's Krapal clearing this ball in the air. Bella has to play back to Murillo. LAFC still in their own half. Escobar over to Murillo. Now Chiellini. Giorgio Chiellini moving upfield. Trying to look for a teammate. He is a specialist playing it long. Here's Opoku over to Palacios, who gets through. Here's Chiqui Palacios! And his shot is saved by Tim Melia. Melia struggled to keep it in play, and it goes out into a corner kick for the visitors. He did not have anyone around him. Chicho was behind them, and the best option was to take the shot. So 30 minutes, halfway mark. Kellen Acosta to take this corner kick. All right. Here's a cross over the middle. Murillo closing down, and he couldn't put a placement on it, and it goes out of bounds. And it will be time that we take the hydration break. Both clubs talked about it. It's about 95 degrees over there, but it feels like 100. I see most of Kansas City players, their shirts are wet. Of all the sweat they've been sweating a lot, they're wet. Now it's mandatory around the heat that they're playing at right now. It's mandatory to have these water breaks. So usually when LAFC plays a home game in the afternoon, they have to take those hydration breaks. But so far, Kansas City has been better overall. They've created more chances. They've had more opportunities, but they need to take more advantage of those opportunities if they want to win, because LAFC is dangerous. I mean, it can be the second half. The second half starts, or it can even start right now, and LAFC is going to punish you. They're going to start attacking at all costs, and they're going to punish you. And LAFC is just really good at just attacking you, you know? LAFC stands at first place with 43 points, chasing that supporter shield. Onside, just behind them, Austin FC with 41 points. They face each other. See, when they face each other, it is an away game. Next game for LAFC is Friday, the 29th, against the Seattle Sounders. Be the second time they face each other. First time LAFC and the Sounders title won at Lumen Field. All right, then. The players coming back to the pitch. And now we'll get back. We'll start at the goal kick. Last play, corner served by Kellen Acosta, and the header by Murillo went out of bounds. So LAFC now putting pressure upfield. Trying to get at Susie. Walter. Back to Susie. Susie. Place it in between. And now has to go back to Tim Melia, who plays it to Fontes. Now Tommy comes down and gets Cifuentes at a bad angle. And Tommy sends this nice long ball for Dembe. Murillo running at full speed. And that is going to be a foul by the referee. Called by the referee in that battle between Dembe and Murillo. And it is a foul because at no time was Murillo getting the ball. He did not even touch it. He kind of like tripped them over and they both went down. But Murillo did not get to the ball first. Might have got lucky of a yellow card here. LAFC center back that came in 2020 on a loan. And then they signed him. He played alongside Eddie Segura in what seemed to be a really good duo before Segura got injured last season. This ball still falls to Susi. Takes a shot. It was blocked by his own teammate. But here's Kansas City again, trying to make a push forward. Cifuentes and Ilie Sanchez battling it out to get the ball away from the Kansas players. And they're able to clear it out. Walter over to Susi. Back out to Walter. Susi on the right sideline. Plays it forward to Shelton, who sends this cross. Shaloia waiting for it. It falls for Tommy. Tommy trying to get it to his right foot, trying to find space. It's still Tommy, and then his pass is just behind Felipe Hernandez, who was making that run. Felipe was making a forward run, and Tommy just put it behind them. Just late reaction from both players. Throw in once again for Kansas City as it bounced off the chest of Kellen Acosta. 36 minutes. LAFC struggling so far in the heat at Children's Mercy Park. As right now there's this technical difficulties, and we'll see what happens from here on. So from the stream that we're watching on channel 13, we just got a signal taken off. Technical difficulties. It could be the heat between the monitors. You know, it's really hot over there. Could have broken down something, shut down. So technical difficulties while we try to get the image back. We were at the throw in. The game is still going on at Kansas City. So meanwhile, just give my thoughts on the game so far. It's been Kansas City's game so far. They've run the game, but they've been struggling in finishing their possessions now. It's kind of hard for them right now. But they created chances. They've been all over LAFC in the first half, and they haven't been able to score. Now for LAFC, we need them to wake up. And this team is deadly. A counterattack, it's deadly. But right now, they've been really quiet, struggling to come out playing from their own half. Bad passes, turning the ball over consistently. And well, it's taking quite a while right now. It's still tied at no goals. We need those stars to show up as Carlos Vela, Chicho Arango. And it wouldn't be bad for the second half. Take out Opoku and put Gareth Bale. See if Gareth Bale can play up to 45 minutes now. Meanwhile, as it is still down, we'll try to get that stream back up from my 13. As there's technical difficulties, we lost the image of the game. And meanwhile, we'll await. See if we get a stream right here. And we have found the stream on the website, and it's a 39 minutes. And I believe I don't know what happens here. A corner kick, goal kick has been awarded. A corner kick here, 39 minutes in. Kellen Acosta to take this one in. And swinging back, it is headed away into another goal kick. Chicho Arango was the first man to react to that cross. Milia comes out playing with Isimat Marin. Back to that fullback who broke Opoku's ankles and now comes out playing with Johnny Russell. Here's the ball looped up. Here comes Dembe. Over to Shallowy. Shallowy. Back to Dembe. And he lost it. Now Carlos Vela tries to come out playing with Cifuentes. And Cifuentes has the speed. It's going to be a throw in for the black and gold. Just crossing midfield. Now here's Carlos Vela. LAFC seems to be waking up a little bit. Carlos Vela's bad pass was saved by Kellen Acosta, playing it back to Palacios. Here's the man, Ilie Sanchez on his homecoming. Plays it along to Escobar. Escobar goes back to Murillo. Escobar let that ball go. It was intended for him. And now you see Shallowy coming with the ball. Shallowy opens play wide over to Tommy. Tommy trying to get across. And Murillo doing a great job on that sliding challenge. Kept the ball in play though. But in came to help him Escobar to clear this ball out. And it is a corner kick for the host. The stream is back up. Here's a cross, and Kripal comes out playing 42 minutes. Maxime Kripal goes long and trying to find Palacios. Palacios trying to get in behind Tim Milia. Clears that ball out, but great effort right there by Fontes getting back into the play. And here we go. Kellen Acosta lets it go to Chicho Arango. Arango turns. It's still Arango. It's still Chicho. And a foul has been called. That was played from way behind where Arango fell. There was a foul from a man from Kansas City holding up Chicho Arango. That was Hernandez. So the advantage was played, and then the referee called it. Free kick for LAFC. The black and gold looking for a chance in here. That one chance that could get them ahead on the board. They had that chance, two of those against Nashville. And a corner kick has been given as Bella crossed this one over the middle. And coming in to help was number 5, Nicolas Isiman Medin. He was looking for Murillo to put that ball back in. He was never going to get there. And Bella knows it. So, Kellen Acosta to take another corner kick. He's been doing well. Here's this ball over the middle, trying to find Cifuentes! And that header goes over the bar. Cifuentes scored off a corner kick against the Galaxy, one of his 2 goals in that game. He's open. I mean, those crosses by Kellen Acosta have been dangerous, and Kansas City has not been able to defend those. So if it is those corner kicks, that could be really crucial for LAFC in this game. Milia plays it far. Chiellini plays it with his chest to Vela. And now here comes Opoku. Opoku, still Opoku. And Opoku trying to cut it back. It's still Opoku. And Opoku puts it over for Cifuentes! Oh, he missed it! He missed it! And I believe Logan Dembe, the last man standing inside of the goal, was the one who cleared it off because Tim Melia was not going to get there. We're going to see the replay. That should have been a goal, and it is Dembe. His leg is what clears that ball away. Kansas City gets lucky in here. Here's a cross by Vela. Closed down. It's still alive and now cleared out completely by Sporting Kansas City. And that was LAFC's chance. And whether this game ends tied or LAFC wins, we're going to remember that one. It was wide open. Opoku, that was a great run. Opoku, not the best player you can have, but the speed can kill. And then from there, you can see what this man can do. Opoku, a man that can play well, but just needs more confidence, in my opinion. Here's Chiellini, plays it over to Opoku. Opoku has it. What will Opoku do? Opoku goes back out to Palacios. Now Ilie back to Palacios. And Palacios is going to take this cross. No, he cuts it. Plays it over to Opoku. Opoku back to Palacios. Now Ilie Sanchez putting this ball in and cleared off. And now we're going to see Kansas City come from shallowly. LAFC, that's the best we've seen from LAFC all game long. Here's Sifu, and he is brought down. Escobar plays it quick. And now Carlos Vela with the ball, crossing midfield. Still in midfield is Vela. Trying to connect with someone. He will play it over to Escobar, who's wide open. No, he keeps it now. Plays it over to Escobar. Escobar back out to Bella. Bella. Carlitos over to Chiellini. Wow, Bella to Chiellini. That's amazing to say. Bella. Now Palacios. Opoku. Last 20 seconds. Can LAFC get something in here? We'll see. That pass by Acosta was a strong one, and that will leave the pitch. And that will be the last play of this first half. As Tim Melia will clear this off. We hit 48. And that's That's it. That's the first half. LAFC and Kansas City going scoreless. LAFC took over the last 5 minutes of this first half, but still unsuccessful. Yeah, they had the most clear chance on Cifuentes' shot that was cleared away by Dembe off the line. Kansas City, a team that has control over the game, but cannot capitalize on their opportunities. And LAFC, a second half team. It's going to be an exciting second half. We'll return. Sporting Kansas City now, LAFC now. Hello, hello, hello. We are back for the start of the second half between the Los Angeles Football Club and Sporting Kansas City. High intense first half between both clubs. Kansas City were the best in that half, and now LAFC trying to do much better than they did. No substitutions by both teams. Or, excuse me, Giorgio Chiellini. Giorgio Chiellini has been subbed out of the game. Eddie Segura comes into the game. Uh, no, it's still for him preseason, trying to get a 100%. So we're not sure. Graham Susi comes out. Pierre comes in for Sporting Kansas City. I don't think it would be something serious for Chiellini to come out early. If not that shot he took to the head at the beginning of the game, but it's probably the fatigue. You know, he's 37 years old and something like that. Playing, just getting back into action. So if something is up, we'll confirm what it is. Here's Pierre. So Susi and Chiellini are the ones that exited. Asopoku clears this one off. Arango was hit from behind. You could think it wasn't as a big thing, but he is holding onto his back. It seems like Chicho really sold it really well. He was not going to win it. I don't think that was a foul, to be honest. Chicho just felt Isimot and then just went down. So here's Eddie Segura, who is back into action after tearing his ACL last season. Came back this year. And way back to one of the LAFC's best defenders that they had. A key piece in that 2019 season. Great job by John Thornton bringing him in 2019. Here's this ball over. Played up by Segura. Johnny Russell. Bad pass, and Palacios with the nice spin move gets him away. As here's Jose Cifuentes playing this one through, looking for Chicho, for Carlos Vela. But that one was not there for him. Kansas City coming out playing. That's a great pass. And they lose it. It's a turnover, and then Kellen Acosta lost it, but then Kansas City lost it. So here's Opoku with it. He has Kellen Acosta right behind him. Instead, he finds Arango. Arango just outside the 18. Plays this one across. It's still inside for LAFC. Cifuentes trying to get a set to it. And Johnny Russell half clearance as it falls to Palacios just outside the 18. Kellen Acosta through the middle. Turns. Plays it over to Palacios on the left sideline. Acosta took it almost all the way to midfield. Here's Palacios over to Ilie. Ilie to Cifuentes. Here's Opoku! A shot is saved by Milia. It was flying inside the 18 before fully cleared out by Fontes. But the flag went up, so it wouldn't have counted. And they almost had it. So Opoku, who scored his last goal against FC Dallas in June. Great start for LAFC in their second half. Something's up right now. What's up? Tim Milia seems to be hurt. Grabbing his hamstring. He got Isimad clear the ball away for him. Hoping everything's all right with them. And Escobar, that's a nice challenge to take Shallowi's ball away. Oh, boy. We are hearing that Chiellini is all right. There was just the things we talked about. Trying to get back uh 90 minutes fit. He gave 60 last weekend, and oh boy, that's not good. Tim Melia is going down, grabbing his hamstring, and he's unhappy. And Peter Burmese has to look into his bench and he has to make a substitution. And the backup goalkeeper for Sporting Kansas City is John Polskamp. He's gonna have to come in, and Tim Melia, who just came back from injury, seems to go back to the IL for Kansas City, and that's not looking good. And I said it before AC Mod cleared the ball away that Tim Melia was having some problem. He was looking around, and then he got Isimar clear the ball away for him. He seemed to be hurt, and he grabbed his hamstring, and he cannot continue. Medical staff comes in for Kansas City. Now, this is good for LAFC because it's a fresh goalkeeper. So you get the ball, and you have space, go to goal. Shoot at the goalkeeper because the goalkeeper is just scored. He's just entering the game. He's not hot yet. So you have to test the goalkeeper right now if you're LAFC. So now for Peter Vermees, of course, he has to use one substitution to get one of his injured players out, and it's right here. When he came out to try to make the save on Opoku, his right leg slips down the grass. He was coming down, but his right leg, it kind of stretched out weirdly when he came down, and he has to come off the field. Tim Melia exits the game, and number 1, John Polskamp, has to enter for Sporting Kansas City. Second substitution made by Kansas City. Melia is not happy. He is mad. He's upset. Of course, he wants to play this big game, and now you leave it up to this young goalkeeper, Polskamp, to manage this waters for the home team. So, 52 minutes. And Eddie Segura has it. It's a big moment for LAFC right now. They have to take advantage of it. Segura goes out far, looking for Vela, who tried to chip Polskamp, but his shot goes way wide. Kansas City with Shallowy. Debe. LAFC back on it. Escobar fighting for it. Here's Shelton trying to bring it down. Murillo fighting with him for the ball. And at the end, it's Kansas City who gets it after a bounce all over the air. Johnny Russell came to get it. Here goes Johnny Russell. Full speed, full pace. Johnny Russell over to Shallowy. Shallowy has to play it back. Here's Tommy. He's going to take a shot from way downtown, and it goes way out. And now he's holding on to his calf. Oh, boy. That's not good. We saw Graham Susi on the bench on a shot where they were talking to Tim Melia. He was grabbing his quad. Now you see Tommy grabbing his calf. Something has been bothering him. And Sporting Kansas City, a team that has been affected by injuries this season. And that's coming back to hurt them right now. It's not good. And the fans know it. The coaching staff knows it. And for Peter Vermees, it's been a crazy season trying to work around these injuries. Goal kick for LAFC as Palacios bounced that ball out of the legs of Johnny Russell. So hopefully Tim Melia is well. It's not something big. I don't know, for Kansas, this is a big loss right now because of the game. It's LAFC. It's the first team in the West. It's a intense matchup. I mean, these two clubs, they've given us great games. Games where it comes to big moments such as the 2019-2018 Western Conference. Who was going to come on top? Opoku placed it back to Palacios. That's a foul. They hit him from behind. It was Hernandez who came from behind and hit him down. Here's Cifuentes over to Carlos Vela. Vela to Opoku. Opoku finds the open space. Has now Chicho Arango inside the 18 and scores! Chicho Arango puts LAFC on top. And once again, LAFC in the second half, they strike. A team that's been really well in the second half all year long. And they take the lead 56 minutes into the game. And I said it, you have to test this goalkeeper. He's fresh into the game. That's what Chicho Arango did. In a tough angle, he puts it on the goalkeeper's post and scores to put LAFC on top. The best team in the West takes the lead here in Kansas City. And I said it in the first half. This team just needs one chance, one clear chance, and they'll kill you. They'll punish you. As Chicho Arango has scored once again. His 9th goal of the year. This man that came into the season around August and completely put on a show for an LAFC team that needed a striker. Arango putting high pressure. Here's Isima trying to come out, playing with his teammate. LAFC putting high press, trying to break it as Kansas City, and they seem to do well. Here they go, Kansas City. Here's the pass, and cleared off by Palacios. It falls to Walker. Here's a cross, and blocked and cleared. When LAFC scores first, they're 10-0. We'll see how that stands for right now. 58 minutes. Play to the other side where Ndembe is at. Tommy. Ilie around him. Still Tommy with Ilie all over him. And Ilie takes it away. Forces that turnover. Bella back to Ilie. Ilie back to Bella. Bella back to Ilie, and now cleared off. And Opoku has it. He turns. Has Carlos Vela instead. He turns it over. Here comes Kansas City once again. Tommy over to Johnny Russell. They responded really well after the goal. Here comes Kansas City. Johnny Russell takes a shot, deflected into the hands of Maxime Kerpaw. Right there. It's deflected by Kellan Costa. It helped kind of slow the pace down and go straight to the hands of Maxime Kerpaw. Opoku on his turn. It is taken away. Here comes the host once again. And Arango almost takes this ball away. Fontes over to Isimat. Here's the pass. Escobar breaks it down. A turnover by Kansas City. And then Escobar trying to play it over to Opoku is gone out. And a substitution will be made by Kansas City. It will be number 28, Cameron Duke, who will come into the pitch for the home team. Here's LAFC with possession, and a foul has been called because they were holding on to Palacios' shirt. And here's the substitution made. So it is Eric Tommy, that we talked about holding on to his calf. He comes out of the game, and Cameron Duke comes in, number 28. And I hear that Gareth Bale is about to enter the pitch as well. Maybe not right now, but in the next chance we get to see a substitution whenever the game stops. So Gareth Bale will come in for the second time this season for LAFC. And here's Escobar coming out with the ball in the middle of the field. He has to play to Segura, and Segura back out to Escobar. Now Ilie Sanchez. Opoku. Wouldn't be surprised if Gareth Bale comes in for Opoku. Poku, fairly a good game. He had the assist on the goal. Oh, Krepal playing with fire once again. Clears this one off. And now a player comes down from Kansas City, grabbing onto his head. It's also Kellen Acosta, who it might have been a head clash between them, both of them. They're both down, holding on to their head. We'll see what it is. And is there blood? That's a question. Wow, there's blood on Kellen Acosta probably. We'll see. Oh, it's Hernandez coming up from behind, full speed, hits Acosta on the side of his head. Whoa. Acosta, they're holding up something on his face. Same as Hernandez. I don't know if there's blood, but both medical staffs are out here checking both players. Seems that Acosta now they're putting Acosta up, sitting down, talking to the medical staff. He has a big bump. Hollinshead and Gareth Bale are the players to come in for LAFC. So we'll see how this affects the subs. Kellen Acosta gets up and he walks off the pitch. Seems like he's fine. They're making him run on the sideline, go through the routine. It's nice. Dax McCarthy. Excuse me, not him. It's John McCarthy and Chiellini having a nice conversation on the bench. Seems like Kellen Acosta as well to come back in. We're still trying to figure out how's the player from Kansas City, Felipe Hernandez. Oh, he seems he's sitting down. Udi is going to come in for Kansas City. Wouldn't surprise if it's for Hernandez, but Hernandez, man, he's got some blood. So we'll have time for substitutions as Opoku comes out of the game and Gareth Bale will enter for LAFC. Escobar exits the game and Ryan Hollinshead will come in. And we'll get the substitution here for Kansas City. We'll see if the substitution for Kansas City will be made right now, but Gareth Bale's on the pitch, and it is now confirmed. Oriol Rosell enters for Kansas City. And I believe it would be for Felipe Hernandez. Franco Escobar is not happy. So Escobar, I think he's done a really nice job in this game. Surprising that they take him out. And he's not happy. He took off his jersey and slammed it down. He's not happy sitting by himself on the bench. As here's Kansas City once again trying to tie the game. Acosta clears this ball. Chicho puts the pressure, forces the turnover, awaits for Bale. And now Bale. Here's Gareth Bale with the ball. He retreats and plays it back to Sanchez. Holland said, we'll see. Here's this pass over. Chicho trying to bring it down. It's still Chicho Arango, and on his shot, it goes way wide. So we get to see today, for the first time, Chicho, Bella, and Bale play with each other. This is exciting. Gareth Bale has been so happy, and it seems like you've never seen this side of Gareth Bale being really happy. You know, he's been smiling in the training on LAFC pictures, group pictures. You know, it's like he needed to come to LAFC. He needed a new club where he felt accepted. He's having that time right now. Bella plays this over, trying to find Gareth Bale, but it bounces into the hands of Polskamp. Johnny Russell on Kansas City own half. Here's the ball, played over to the other side where Shallowy is at. Holland set on Shallowy. Shallowy once again. Shallowy sending this ball, looking for Russell. Will Russell get there? Russell. A foul has been called. You would think it was going to be a throw in for LAFC, but at the end, the referee calls for a foul just on the corner kick. And it might as well work as a corner kick here for Kansas City. Well, Peter Vermees not happy. So here's Walter, Remy Walter. He sends this one in, and Crepaw, crowded, trying to come out for the ball, was unable to do so. Now Cifuentes is brought down by the other side of the pitch by Rosell, and it is going to be LAFC's ball. By the way, I do want to say, Mendes, the new acquisition for LAFC, is on the bench tonight. He is available off the bench. They traded for him. Former player of Orlando City. Here's Crepaw, clears the ball away. In the air. Holland said, trying to go for Arango. Unable to do so. Cifuentes putting pressure. Holland said, great job by Kansas City playing it just by the sideline. And Murillo will let this one go out. It's an LAFC throw-in on the attempted pass by Hernandez. Looking for Shallow. It just goes out. Crepaw clears this one off. Looking for Chicho. Arango still battling it out. Here's Bale. Over to Cifuentes. Now Carlos Vela. Ilie. Holland said. Back to Bella. Bella curling this one over for Palacios inside the 18. Palacios sending this one for Cifuentes, who's going to try to save it. He does so. It's still Sifu. He kept it alive. Carlos Vela to Ilie. Sanchez back to Bella. Bella trying to play it over Bale. Unable to do so. And then that's a hard challenge. A yellow card will be shown to Carlos Vela. He's trying to play it over to Gareth Bale. And I know Gareth Bale right now has the whole entire spotlight from the Kansas players. They're not going to let him open. No, Bella gets lucky here. Bale putting some pressure. Pull smack. Over to Fontas. 20 minutes left in the game. LAFC trying to seal the deal. Trying to take their second road win of this road trip. Go 2 for 2 on the road. Murillo, great stuff here from him. Clears that one away. Here's Cifuentes. Back out to Bella. Bella back to Ilie. Ilie chips it. Looking for Bella, and it goes out. Here's this pass. Russell. And all the way back to Fontes. Isima now. Pierre. Let's go for Johnny Russell. Here's Russell. Gareth Bale is the man defending him. LAFC drops all the way down. Here's Rossell. Back out to Ndembe. 72 minutes. LAFC putting pressure, trying to seal the deal here. Trying to catch Kansas City off guard on a counterattack. Russell has to go all the way back to Isimat. Now Fontes. Rossell. Over to Duke. Now Denbe. LAFC has not put as much pressure. Bale trying to put some pressure, trying to force a turnover. Here's Fontas. Now Gareth Bale goes up, kind of setting the tone to high press. And now Kansas City come the other way with Ndembe. Now Shallowy. Shallowy's pass is blocked by Hollinshead. Here's Cameron Duke. Duke, it's still alive. And this is going to be a nothing here, but the referee has to stop play because there's two players down. Cameron Duke and Eddie Segura had a big collision inside the 18. No penalty for in here. We'll see. And yeah, it is, and it's just well timed by Eddie Segura, but oh, he gets hit on the knee. Oh my goodness, his leg just goes out awkwardly. Cameron Duke and Eddie are the ones down, and Eddie is in pain. Cameron Duke holding on to his knee as well. That's a clean challenge. Cameron Duke gets up in some pain, tries to walk it off. He's limping. Segura still laying on the grass, working on moving his leg. And it seems like Segura will be fine. Another substitution here Agata is going to come in for Sporting KC. William Agata. Cameron Duke walking towards the bench. They're still rubbing Segura's knee. $75. So we'll take a look at Chicho Arango's goal. Opoku, a great run with the space he had. Nice pass to Chicho, and Chicho with a great shot, beating the goalkeeper to his post. So LAFC, with a Chicho Arango goal for the 9th time this year, they take the lead. 76 minutes after the injuries. Seems like everything goes out well, and we can keep on going. Chicho that scored 14 goals from the span of August to the end of the regular season. That's a lot of goals for a man that came in around July, August. This man that started off slow this season, but now getting back on it. Crepaw. Crepaw sends a line drive to midfield. Johnny Russell almost lost it. It's still Russell now. Foul from behind by Arango. And now Russell hit it off the legs of Chicho Arango. And we're going to have a substitution. Carlos Vela will exit the game, and Latif Blessing will enter. So you can say it's quite the defensive substitution they want to make. So Latif Blessing comes in for Carlos Vela. Latif, former Kansas player. One of LAFC's favorites. Yay. Those are great news. Just got to text my dad, just ordered me a pizza. Here's Walter. Fine spear. That ball will get to him. He has a lot of space. Gareth Bale closing down that one. Here's Spear. Makes a good pass inside the 18 and now cleared by LAFC. Seemed like Hernandez was in there and then lost it on the touch. 12 minutes separate LAFC from their 6th road win. Relentless this season on the road. Tied against Seattle on the road. Lost to Colorado on the road. Lost to the Galaxy on the road. Those have been their bad games. Blessing struggling to get out. Gareth Bale has to play it out to safety with Palacios. Palacios has to clear it. He'll leave it up to Segura. The best way possible. Here's Sporting KC. Moving upfield. Dembe, that's a great pass to Shallowy. Shallowy, oh, great stuff from Holland coming in from behind and taking the ball away. And now Shallowy comes down, grabbing his right foot. $80 minutes. 10 left. Here's a cross over the middle. It goes along the whole entire pitch. Here's a second cross, and they hit Bale from behind. That's an offensive foul by Shallowy. And Maxime Crepal, you know this man, he has everyone's back. It doesn't matter who you are. If you get hit hard, Maxime Crepal is going to be the first man to come and hit the player that injured you. He'll hit them harder than they hit you. That's what he did right here. It was a hard challenge on Bale. Crepal in the air, looking for Arango, unable to get to him. Here's Shelton. This is Ndembe. And Murillo with great stuff, able to get to the ball and pass it to Segura, who cleared off. Duke. Dembe. Back to Fontes. Kansas putting everything in because they need to tie it. LAFC wants to win it. Arango puts pressure, now fouls him. 2 substitutions will be made by Kansas City right now. $81 minutes. AC Mott plays it over to the other side of the pitch. He finds Stembe. Cifuentes coming down, and that's a turnover by Kansas City. Bale plays it to Arango right away. Bale is coming to help. Arango has everything. He plays it over to Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale! Gareth Bale! First goal in MLS! His first goal with LAFC! And the whole bench erupts. They all go to hug Gareth Bale. He seals the deal. 2-0 LAFC. Gareth Bale, welcome to the MLS. It's just a great run by LAFC. Kansas City turns the ball over. Blessing played it to Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale right away played it over to Arango, and Arango, he waited for Gareth Bale to get there, and when he passed it over, it was on Gareth Bale's favorite foot, his left foot, and he just scoops it into the corner of the goalkeeper's post, and he was even excited. He was really happy to score his first goal. First person he hugged was Giorgio Chiellini, as LAFC has 2 on the night, and it's Gareth Bale's first goal in Major League Soccer. That's a moment every LAFC fan was waiting for Gareth Bale to score his first goal in Major League Soccer and with LAFC, and he has done so in the 83rd minute. It's 2-0 LAFC. Chicho Arango a goal and assist today. That's a big moment for LAFC and its 5-year history, celebrating its 5th anniversary this year with big moves. Giorgio Chiellini, Gareth Bale coming to the club for a team that has been anticipating to win a championship since they came here. In 2019, it didn't turn out to be like that. And then 2022, with a lot of new players coming into the club, a great offseason for LAFC, making big signings. Kellen Acosta, Ilie Sanchez, Ryan Hollandson, Maxime Crepaul. And then you get into the summer. You get into the summer transfer window. And then you get Chiellini and Gareth Bale. Impressive. Now in here, right now there was a play where Segura seemed to push a Kansas player into the ground. It was Isimot who went down. We'll see if that would be a reviewable for a penalty. I don't think so. Wow, what a moment for Gareth Bale. They're trying to keep him in shape for the World Cup. Chicho Arango exits. And there's the newest signing of LAFC. Sebastian Mendes comes into the game. They acquired him midweek from Orlando City on a trade. He comes into the game, making his LAFC debut. Many fans now head to the exits. Kansas City with Fontas. Now Isima to Johnny Russell. LAFC, they have on their hands their 6th road win of this year. Call them the Road Warriors. It will be their 2nd win on the road against the Western Conference team. Last week it was their 1st against a Western Conference team. It was Nashville, and now will be Sporting Kansas City if they maintain the result. Here's Russell. Back to Isimat. Now Pierre coming down. Gareth Bale is the man defending him. Oh, great stuff in here. Kellen Acosta with a big interception. Kellen Acosta has the whole entire field to himself. Kellen Acosta! His shot is blocked by Isimat. That was the best choice because there was 2 players from LAFC coming down. Isimat and Fontes were too worried about him. So he had Acosta for an open shot. But at the moment he took it, Isimat was there to close it down. Corner kick for LAFC. John McCarthy and Steve Cherundolo share a laugh on the bench. Steve Cherundolo's boys keeping another wonderful season to a team that has been really historic since they came to the league. Acosta sending this one through, cleared off by Isimat. Ball's going to fall to Latif Blessing just outside the 18. Blessing. Miscommunication on his pass. And now we see Kansas coming out the other way. And they retreat. Fontas with the ball. 88 minutes. Mendes trying to put some pressure. LAFC, a second half team. Once again, it's been shown. Here's Cifuentes. Jose. Oh, that's a nice move. They're going to keep going. Gareth Bale, it's on through. Here's Gareth Bale hunting for a brace. He'll chip the keeper, but it's off wide, and he knew it. Oh, that could have been a big moment again for Gareth Bale. Puigdemont was off his line, and Gareth Bale, his first thought was the chip, and he did so, but he pulled it wide. Nice pass by Ilie Sanchez. That was close. The turnover Forced by Cifuentes, finding Ilie Sanchez as he was brought down, and Bell is looking at his left foot. He's like, that should have been me. That should have been my goal. I don't know what happened there. Rosell seems to be hurt coming off the pitch on the other sideline. Might be a bloody nose. He's holding up to his nose. We'll take a look at the goal. Gareth Bale to Chicho Arango. Chicho waited for him. Finds Gareth Bale, and he takes a nice shot. As we get 90 minutes. Oh my goodness. 10 minutes of stoppage time have been given. So we'll play till the 100th minute of the game. So there's a lot of time for anything to happen here. It could be another. Who knows? We can see another Gareth Bale goal. Sanchez. Holland said now. Has Acosta. Acosta plays it back to Crepaw. Crepaw waits for the bounce. Plays it off far and deep. Looking for Bale. Pierre is the man getting it down. He goes back to Putzmax. Putzmax. Pulskamp. Something. And LAFC. Oh, that would have been a turnover. Elie Sanchez gets on Duke. We'll play to the 100th minute. Kansas City with Johnny Russell. The momentum shifted because it was all Kansas City those 15 minutes after the goal. And when LAFC had this chance with Gareth Bale, it completely killed the bye from Sporting Kansas City, and it shifted to a big LAFC momentum, forcing a bunch of turnovers after the second goal and catching Kansas City off guard. Kansas City sending everything right now. So LAFC has a nice counterattack. They'll have 4-3 against 2 because Isiman and Fontes are the only players down left. Here's a cross and a header straight into the hands of Maxime Crepaw. A clean header right there from one of the players that came in. William Agata. The weird thing right here, right now, Sebastian Mendes nearly forces that turnover before it was called for a foul. But the weird thing here, Jose Cifuentes is literally playing the number 9 position for LAFC. Here's Pierre. Back to Rosell. Over to Ndembe. Fontas. This will put LAFC on 45 points, 3 points clear of Philadelphia that has 42. I mean, this supporter shield run is really tight. Austin FC, NYCFC, Philadelphia, and LAFC are the ones battling it out. LAFC has 3 points clear, or 3 points clear of Philadelphia, and 4 points clear of NYCFC and Austin FC. But most importantly, for LAFC on the Western Conference, they're on top with 45. Sorry about that. Just had the pizza delivered to me right now. So I had to go out and get it. Here's Bale playing it over to Cifuentes, cleared off by Isimont. Johnny Russell, great pass, and now what happens here? A foul has been called on Kellen Acosta. Well, like on Johnny Russell, caused by Kellen Acosta. We'll see if it was a foul. I don't think it is a foul by Kellen Acosta. Johnny Russell was going down, but well, the referee called it. We'll check right now because it's a big thing. Austin FC plays the Red Bulls. Careful here. As a cross just goes out. They play the Red Bulls tomorrow at home. So any LAFC fan right now is rooting for the Red Bulls. They want to have excuse me. They want to have a big gap between Austin FC. LAFC does not want to play close with Austin FC. It's kind of like I'm gonna bring baseball here because I'm a big baseball fan, but it's like the Dodgers and the Giants last year in the NL West. Every single game felt like a postseason game because last season, the difference was by one game or one win by both teams where San Francisco took the NL West. But right now, that's what it feels with LAFC. It is a close race, and it's just the middle of the season, Still have more football left, but it's so close. The race is so close that it feels like a postseason game. Russell sends this one through. It still falls for Kansas City. Here's a shot by the newest man that came in, and it goes out wide. Number 27, Sionis, something like that. Weird name. But yeah, I mean, it's every week. Either when Austin FC wins, it's all good in games for them, 1 point ahead, and then LAFC wins and they're 1 point down. It's just a tight race. And now don't count out the other teams because for the Supporter Shield, it's a big deal for anyone here. Sets the tone, right? NYCFC and Philadelphia are just right there. Philadelphia already played. They're 42 points. They've only lost twice this year, Philadelphia, but they've drawn 9 games. For LAFC, they've won 14 times, lost 4, and drawn 3 times. One of those losses, the painful one against Austin FC at the bank. '98. We said we'll play till the 100th. Careful here. Now there's a foul on an LAFC player. That stops Sporting Kansas momentum. LAFC looking for their 6th shutout win of the year. So, this team, simple. They'll just do anything to beat you. Those 2 chances they had the whole entire second half were the only goals of this game. Careful here, almost forcing another turnover. LAFC putting their high line. 99 minutes. Murillo comes from behind. Sanchez plays it back to Segura. Segura all the way back to Maxime Crepal. Crepal sends a long one looking for Bale. The ball's in the air. Pierre did not clear fully. This falls to Blessing. Blessing now has Cifuentes. Oh, he was cutting it back. Looking for his 3rd goal in 3 games. But just lost it. Fontes with the great interception. Gareth Bale was the 15th different goal scorer. LAFC does not depend on Carlos Bela and Diego Rossi anymore. They depend on the whole team, and it's shown this year. 15 different players have scored as the referee signals the end of the game. LAFC successful once again on the road. Their 6th win on the road. And Gareth Bale scores his first goal in MLS with the black and gold, and he shares a smile. Chiellini comes out running off the bench to hug Gareth Bale. Ilie Sanchez on his homecoming, a 7.5 rating on Sofa score. The best player on the pitch, Chicho Arango, a goal and assist, has to be our player of the game. Scored that crucial goal when Don Poolscap came into the game, and then assisted Gareth Bale. You guys will remember that one. Remember where you were when Gareth Bale scored his first MLS goal. But well, LAFC +3, they are now 45 points this season. Best in the league, best in the West. Man, what a time to be an LAFC fan. Thank you for everyone that joined us today. It was my pleasure to call the game for you guys as LAFC defeats Kansas City 2-0. We'll see you the next time.